Hey guys, so tonight I'm actually going to be posting 3 reviews instead of just one. I've had a lot of time in my hands, so I'll be posting 3 of those. Right now we are going to be doing a review of The Scorch Trials by James Dashner. It is the second book in the Maze Runner trilogy. There's the cover, the binding, and the back. First of all, I had high hopes for this book. I absolutely loved the Maze Runner. The action and suspense, and it was a really quick read for me because I just couldn't put the book down. So basically, what the Scorch Trials is about. It starts up right where the Maze Runner ended. Thomas and the rest of the Gladers have woken up. And they don't wake up to the most pleasant of things. They wake up with a bunch of cranks trying to get into their room. Cranks are essentially zombies. So they wake up to a bunch of crazy people trying to get into their room so they can eat them. Not that fun. They then find out that the variables aren't over, the trials aren't over, so basically they've been told that each one of them has been infected with the flare, and the flare is what is the disease, is what they're calling the disease that turns the people into cranks, and they are told that they have 2 weeks, approximately 2 weeks, to cross the Scorch to the safe haven, 100 miles to the safe haven, and they're told that if you get to the safe haven in that time, you will have a cure. You'll be fine. The Scorch is pretty much what it is. The Scorch is the worst part of the earth as far as we know. It's barren land. It's desert, essentially. Scorching hot, obviously. It's hard to breathe, it's hard to walk in it without, being burned, like, alive, essentially. And on top of that, they have these crazy storms where lightning's dropping down and electrocuting people half to death. So there's that. Not the best situation to be in. So that's basically what the Scorch Trials is about. My favorite characters are still, my favorite, Thomas isn't my favorite character. Thomas is the main guy that we're following in this story, but my favorite characters are Mino and Newt. I love Mino and Newt. There were parts in this book that I didn't really like, but that's just because there were points where Thomas and the rest of the Gladers separated for one reason or another. I won't divulge those. So those parts were just a little, I just want to get back to, my favorite characters, obviously. The story was really great. Other than that, I'm not holding that against the book because that was just my personal preference. So yeah, other than that, I really did enjoy this book. It was definitely very action-packed. It was very suspenseful. There were questions raised in the book, like in the Maze Runner, but there weren't as many, really, so I didn't really like that until the end. The ending, it left off with, well, actually, now that I think about it, the ending was sort of, oh wait, no, never mind. I'm thinking of the first chapter, because it had the first chapter of the death cure on it. Never mind. I loved the ending. The ending was really great. So yeah, I am going to give this book a 2 out of 3. I do suggest you going out and reading the Scorch Trial. Read the Maze Runner first, obviously. Otherwise, you'll be a mess up here and you won't know what's going on. But yeah, I mean, other than that, like the fact that, you know, not as many questions were raised as the Maze Runner, because in the Maze Runner, you know, it was a new question all the time. If one question was answered, here was another one. But with the Scorch Trials, one question would come up, and it would get answered a few chapters on, but then you wouldn't have another one for another part of the book. So that I didn't really like. But yeah, other than that, I really love the book, so I do give it a 2 out of 3. Alright, so that is my review for The Scorch Trials by James Dashner. Go read it. Amazing book. Amazing series. Let me get started on these other 2 book reviews. Alright, bye.